Hello Daily Drafters and welcome back to the channel. For today's daily draft, we are drafting Bloomburrow yet again into the middle of the second week of full drafts here. And we're going to dive into today's Pack 1 Pick 1, which I can already see is not going to be a particularly great one. We've got Dawn's Truce, which is not really for limited. Builder's Talent, I don't think is very good either. It could be kind of a cute build around, but don't think that's necessarily what we need to do today. There is Hop to It, which is a nice little rabbit card. Consumed by Greed is an interesting removal spell in black, and Patchwork Banner is actually, I played with it a couple days ago in a blue-black Rats deck, but this card I think could be really, really good in any sort of white aggressive deck. There's an Agate Assault here, which is okay as well, and then all the other commons are really not that great. Sorry, I think starting with the Patchwork Banner is actually kind of interesting because you get to build around it from pack 1. So I'm going to go ahead and reserve Intrepid Rabbit here now, and I think now's the time to talk about Intrepid Rabbit because this card is insane, and I think it's the best common in the entire set. I don't think the public is privy to that yet, and every single deck that I played a red-white mouse deck that had 3 of these yesterday, and it just crushed and immediately trophied quite quickly. So I think this is really, really good. There's also Alania, but I did get destroyed by Alania maybe yesterday, or maybe my off-camera draft, I'm not sure, but it did destroy me. So I think this could be a reason to get into blue-red. Husk Burster Swarm could be interesting in kind of a black-green deck. Harvest Stride Host would be great, but I don't think we need to take that over the Intrepid Rabbit here. Another Agate Assault, but pretty easy Intrepid Rabbit for me. And what do we have now? Well, there's a Seedglaive Mentor. Pretty good for red-white mice. I think the Monolith is a little slow. Rabbit Response could be pretty good if we end up in exactly rabbits here. We don't have to with the Intrepid Rabbit, though. I think the Mentor is also pretty good. Seed Pod Squire. We could also potentially end up in birds, but I think mice are better than birds as far as red-white versus blue-white here. And then a couple of cards that I don't think need to push me off of what I'm already doing. So let's take the Seedglaive Mentor here and follow it up with another one. And there's a Nettle Guard as well. Charger, and a couple other cards here, but a pretty easy Seedglaive Mentor there. Now we've got Crumb and Get It to really work with these Valiant cards here, as well as a Quake Tusk Boar. This doesn't synergize with really anything, but it is a generically great card, although I really do like Crumb and Get It. This is only 1 mana for +2/+2 and can get indestructible as well. And again, if we're potentially thinking red-white with these Valiant creatures, Crumb and Get It's going to be super, super important. If this weren't here, I would happily take the Boar and play it. But I think I'm just going to go ahead and take the Crumb and Get It here. Now there's a Whisker Quill Scribe, one of the lower end, one of the cards on the lower end of the Valiant scale, but it is a 2-drop in red-white for us. There's a Rapid Response, which even if we go red-white, I'd probably still play this. Cutthroat could be okay. It's like a 3 mana 4/3 a lot of the time in this kind of deck that costs 2 in a red. But I'm going to take the Scribe here. Pick 7 Intrepid Rabbit. Yeah, I'll take it. Hopefully today you can also see how good this card is. Would be happy with a Nettle Guard as well, but you give me an Intrepid Rabbit pick 7, and I'm going to take it. The card is crazy. You can already see Seedglaive Mentor on 3, Intrepid Rabbit on 4, giving it +2/+2 and a +1/+1 counter. So it attacks as a 6/5 haste on turn 4. That's already quite good. I'll go ahead and cut the Sharpshooter here. I don't think I'm going to play it. I mean, it's kind of like a 4-mana 4/4 menace a lot of the time, but I just don't think that'll be good enough. Now, if we get kind of cut out of red-white a little bit, then it could be a playable. But I think I hope to not start it in my deck. Builder's Talent Wield, no thanks. Life Creed Duo doesn't really fit with what we're doing. The Pathmaker, yeah, I mean, that could be okay as well. Also, another card I'm probably not looking to main deck, but we could play it. I don't think we need the Harvester, so I'll take another Pathmaker, but put it into the sideboard. I could play a 4-mana 3/3 flyer that gives something else +1/+1 when it attacks. Probably don't necessarily want to, but I could. Count it as 3 and a white in this deck. Scales of Shale is actually, I think this card currently, at the time of this recording, is the 5th or 6th best performing common in the entire set, according to 17lands.com. So that's an interesting one. I don't mind taking an Intrepid Rabbit pack 2, pick 1 as well. There is a Gev, and this card is quite good. I played with this in my pre-release, and it was very good. There's a Plume-Creed Mentor. Hop to it. This one didn't wheel, so green-white probably isn't open. Starforged Sword. Now, if this wheels, I'm probably going to take it and put it in my deck, because this card has destroyed me every time I've played against it. It looks super, super clunky, and for those of you that haven't seen me play against it or talk about me play against it yet, every time my opponent plays it, it is a huge problem, and normally I lose. But I'll take the rabbit here. Oh gosh, there's 2 great cards for us. So Mabel's Medal is the perfect Valiant combat trick. But I think I have to take the Manifold Mouse here. 2 mana 1/2 with Offspring. Beginning of combat on your turn, target mouse you control gains double strike or trample. It also does target and give Valiant triggers to the Mentor and the Scribe, so on and so forth. If I can wheel Mabel's Medal or Might of the Meek, both of those would be great. But I'm going to go ahead and take Manifold Mouse here. Now we've got a debate between War Squeak, 1 mana for +1/+1 in haste that can make a creature not be able to block this turn, or another Crumb and Get It +2/+2, potentially indestructible. I'm going to diversify. I think I like Crumb and Get It better than War Squeak, but I'm going to diversify just a little bit and go ahead and take the War Squeak here. Early enough in the format where I'm willing to try out a couple of different tricks here. A 2 mana 2/3. Whenever you give a gift, you draw a card. Currently we have Crumb and Get It as our only way to gift here. There's a Seed Pod Squire, a Waxwane Witness. I think it's just between the Gerbils and the Squire. I probably don't really want to play either of these, but I'll take the cheaper card just for now. Alright, it's starting, the pickings are getting a little slim here. Pileated Provisioner, 5 mana 3/4 flyer. When it enters, you can put a counter on a creature you control without flying. Another card I probably hope to not put in my deck, but definitely could. Here's a removal spell. Go ahead and take the Agate Assault here. And Hoarder's Overflow is not good. Epic, also not good. But there is a Long River Lurker. This card has beaten me single-handedly at least a couple of times. Just constantly gives your things unblockable. Alright, Kindlespark Duo probably doesn't want to go in this deck. Uncharted Haven is a tap land for the deck that probably also doesn't want to go into it. I guess I'll just take the land for now. I don't want to play the Share Pot either. Alright, here's another War Squeak. Guess we could potentially play it. There's a Cash Grab too. This is currently the 3rd best common in the set. I haven't had the chance to play with it, but it is a card that I would not mind taking early and building around, given the opportunity. But we'll take the War Squeak here now, and really need to fill out some more 2-drops, and honestly even a couple of 1-drops. Right now these are basically 4s. Take the Plume-Creed Mentor here. But yeah, I'm looking to get at least 3 or 4 more 2-drops. The Might of the Meek did wheel, but that 2 mana 2/2 that activates for 4 to give your team +1/+1 did not wheel, so I think green-white is not open. But when we have 3 Intrepid Rabbits, it's hard not to continue down this path here. White doesn't look to be particularly open either. Most of our cards are red, but do we have any rares yet? We do. We have the Manifold Mouse. All right, nothing here. So in pack 3, I'm looking for maybe some Nettle Guards would be pretty good. I'm looking for the Bravekin Duo, which is the 1-mana 1/1 that taps, and you pay 1 and tap it to give a creature +1/+1. That's a great way to continually trigger Valiant. And actually, what I was going to say next before it loaded was Valley Quest Caller, because this might be the best rare for the deck. 2-mana 2/3. Whenever one of the white creature types enter, you scry 1, and other white creature types you control get +1/+1. I played this in my red-white trophy deck yesterday that I did not post to the channel, and it was insane. Carrot Cake, also a pretty good card. This, as I've been talking about how cards have been performing, is currently the #1 performing common on 17lands.com. So would not be opposed to playing that card. But here's the card that didn't wheel last time, Warren Elder. I think I need to take out the trash now, though. You know, chores are important, so you gotta bite the bullet and take out the trash whenever you're supposed to. You can't pile it up on top of the trash can. I'm looking at you. But I'm gonna go ahead and take out the trash here now. Harvest Dried Host. How many rabbits do we have? 4 rabbits, including 3 Intrepid Rabbits. But how many mice? 4 mice. That's not that great. I just have to take the removal spell, I think, here. Ooh, another Manifold Mouse. Don't mind if I do. There is a Rabbit Gnaw. Also good. But I think I've got to take the Manifold Mouse #2. Alright, if I took it pick 2, I'm going to take it pick 4. We've got Take Out the Trash #2. There's a Dewdrop Cure. Which actually, I don't think our deck is like super great at right now. We've only got 1, 2, 3, 4 2-drops in the whole deck. Pretty easy Take Out the Trash here. So this will be a 5-mana 3/2 that comes with 2 1/1s. Or Raccoon Rallier. This is a repeated way to trigger Valiant, which I think is pretty good. And there's also a Veteran Guard Mouse, which cares about Valiant. I'm going to take the 2-drop because I can tap this every turn, even if the creature doesn't have haste or it can attack by itself. I could tap this and give it, just tap this every turn to put a counter on the Mentor, which is going to be pretty important for synergy. So we'll take that. Thistledown Players is another way to target creatures. There's also another Agate Assault, but we do now have 3 removal spells. I think I'm just going to go ahead and take the creature. Only 10 creatures in this deck, which is a little concerning. There we go. Bravekin Duo. That's the one I really wanted at least 1 copy of. 1-mana 1/1. You can pay 1 and tap it to give a creature +1/+1. A nice repeated way to trigger Valiant. Wow. Lots of interesting and good cards here. I think because my creature count is still only at 12, I'm going to take the Raccoon Rallier. But I probably wouldn't mind playing a Rabbit Response, but I think I just need to take the cheap creature here. Take the Pathmaker here. Another Raccoon Rallier. I mean, yeah, we got a lot of a lot of 2-drops, that's for sure. So I guess I'll take them. Do we want 4? Maybe we do. Maybe now I wish I would have taken the Go Wide payoff instead of the Rallier, but that was only the second one. But hindsight's 20/20, so it is what it is. Now we were up to 15 creatures, which is much better of a count. The Patchwork Banner with currently 7 mice, 5 rabbits. I don't know if this is actually going to get there with only 7 mice. In fact, I don't think it does. We kind of, like, split the difference between mice and rabbits and raccoons and stuff. We didn't really go all in mice. So I'm gonna go ahead and build this one, and I'll see y'all after deck building. Okay, so here's where I ended up after building the deck. We are a little light on Valiant triggers. We've only got the Mentor and the Scribe. That's actually the only Valiant we care about. So we're just going to be a nice aggro deck here. Did have to add the Provisioner and the Squire. They are flying creatures. Got 4 Ralliers to give these things haste as well. 3 removal spells and 4 combat tricks. Although these aren't really combat tricks. They just kind of push damage a little bit. 16 lands. I mean, I count this as 4 drops. Everything else is pretty much where it sits. So we've got a lot of cheap stuff. Really only a few cards that cost more than 3. So, and not a ton of mana sinks. We got 1 in the duo, and I mean, this is kind of could be a 4 drop, but playing it on 2 is not the end of the world as well. So excited about this one. I haven't played Red White yet on the channel, so you're going to go ahead and see that I do think it is one of the better decks in the format. Hopefully this one performs as well. Now before we get into the games, don't forget about the sponsor of the channel and today's video, W Energy, which is a jitter-free, crash-free, sugar-free, and calorie-free energy drink, powder-based energy drink that tastes pretty darn good. They've got merch online. I've got stuff here as well. Drink this throughout the the recording of the videos too, so pretty good. Here got some, I think it's Dragonade I've got in there right now, so it's like a lemonade flavor. It's pretty good. They've got some cans in mango, orange cream, and strawberry banana, which are also pretty good. You can go ahead and head over to w.gg and use code DailyDraft for 10% off your entire purchase, and that also gives back to the channel as well. So thanks for your consideration on that, and I will see you in game number 1. Here we are in game number 1. We've got the Quest Caller, which I'm going to have to hope is going to be good enough here. Don't need another Plains. I would like a Mountain. This very much draws out removal, so I'm going to have to hope it doesn't die before turn 3. Now, if they play a Mountain here, they've got Take Out the Trash, they've got Agate Assault, and all sorts of things, but it's the only thing I've got, so I got to go ahead and play it. Are they going to be mono green? Oh, green, blue, Sticky Tongue. That's fine. Give me a red. Not what I meant. Yeah, I have to just play this without the Offspring. It gets me a Scry. Yeah, and I have to bottom that as well. Because now I can't cast a single card in my hand. So boy, do we need a Mountain. I think they're going to Polywallop or use any number of the bite spells. Okay, so they're going to start pushing damage here. Alright, we got the red. We got there. Now, I can only do one of these things, but I can Manifold Mouse. So let's get 2 of these. Oh gosh, do I have to keep a Take Out the Trash? I think I just need a second Mountain really badly. I would love a Take Out the Trash, don't get me wrong, I just need this second Mountain. Oh, that's not a mouse, it's a rabbit. They'll give each other some things. And no attack. So we're going pretty wide here. They haven't removed the Quest Caller yet. We've gotten the value. Next turn, we can Mentor and remove something. We can Mentor and War Squeak. It's got Haste. So we're doing pretty good as far as the going wide. And boy, I can give it Double Strike and Trample. Vigilance, Double Strike, Trample, Haste, 4/3. Not too bad. So let's bring this in here. Another mountain. Do I need another mountain? I think I could probably do without a third. +1/+1. I'd like to give the haste to something that doesn't already have haste, so I could use Might of the Meek here. So let's go here. Vigilance, Double Strike, Haste, Trample. So let's do double strike and trample, and then go here. Sure. I can push 12 damage by using Might of the Meek right now, but I think I'm just going to hold up, take out the trash on their Splash Lasher more than likely. I have a strong suspicion they're going to remove at least one, if not multiples, of my creatures here. But they're all good. The Quest Caller is an Anthem. The Mentor is a huge problem for them. And these two are pumping each other with Double Strike and Vigilance. Sure, got the trick out of their hand. Alright, let's do War Squeak. Enchant a creature, +1/+1 in haste. Don't have a creature for that. So my guess is they're going to bounce the Mentor here more than likely. So let's do this here. Oh, they've got nothing. Oh, that's great. So we go to combat. Oh, they could have a tapped creature, like what's it called? Attacking tapped or whatever creature. Dire Downdraft. I think that's what they're going to have here. So let's do this and this. So double strike, trample, and then both of these are problems. So here comes the Dire Downdraft. Let's see what they use it on. At least that's my guess, is what this is going to be. I guess I should have attacked with everything if I expected it to be Dire Downdraft, because then I just win. Yeah, that was kind of dumb. I think I had lethal. Okay, there's the Dire Downdraft. I'll put it on top pretty easily. Go to blockers, and if they don't block, I still win. Alright. That worked out pretty well. It might be one of the best draws we could have had. We got stuck on lands for a moment, but then we were fine. Alright, we're at first, and we've got a nice little combo here again. Duo into mouse, rabbit on 4. Hopefully we draw a 3-drop. Or if we draw a 2-drop, we can use the duo on the mouse. Raccoon Rallier. What's better here? Saving that for 4? Or playing the Rallier to give some things haste? Let's... oh gosh. Let's do this. Let's do double strike here. Attack for 2, and then next turn we can play the Rallier and then pump this and give itself double strike as a 2/3 double strike. It's if they don't kill it. They're going to be pretty incentivized to probably want to kill the Manifold Mouse. Okay, so play the Rallier. Pump this. Give it to itself. And off we go. Intrepid Rabbit coming down next turn, giving +2/+2. I think, if they don't counter it here. Let's see if they do in fact counter it. Okay. Let's go here. And I don't want to go all in on the duo with the Manifold Mouse double strike. I could attack for 6 double strike right now, but clearly they have something. So I'm just going to spread my wealth right now so they don't know what to... target. Because here comes something. Yeah, so they did have that, which is unfortunate. It eats the Manifold Mouse, but I do get to attack for a ton here. And next turn, I mean, if they don't play another creature, I have lethal on board. But I'm sure they'll play at least something. Alright, got the counterspell maybe? Or shore up. Mabel's Metal. Alright, well at least none of my creatures get to get eaten now. They still have something else now. So let's see if they want... to use whatever else they have to potentially eat one of these creatures. They have another +2/+2, I think. Yeah, probably the +2/+2 and Gift of Food, if I had to guess. Crumb and get it. There it is. Still push 2 more damage. Got rid of all their tricks and nonsense. And next turn we've got Manifold Mouse. With haste if we want to. Night Fisher, that's a 4/5. This has to be lethal in some way, right? So I will enchant this. That can't block. Give it double strike. They block this and then die. So yeah, that should work. Let's do this and do double strike, attack with everything. And there we go. Starting on the draw again, but the hand is fine. So we'll keep it here. Ooh, hello, beautiful. We got another rabbit for 4. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and play this. I know the Mentor has haste next turn by itself, but I can give it haste again to give it a +1/+1 counter next turn. Or I could play the Scribe, give that haste, and hold up Might of the Meek or something. I wouldn't mind getting rid of this, but I can't do that at the expense of not playing my creatures. Gosh, my hand is so good, I just need lands. Okay, let's do this. I don't think I'm actually gonna... discard anything. My hand is just so good. So then I'll just do this. There we go. And now I get to actually kill it and draw something. That's a 4/4, and it has a reach. And I did, in fact, miss the land drop this time. So let's do this. No, okay, I thought it auto-tapped. Weird. I know it already has haste. I'm just doing this to rummage here. And then give this double strike and attack. Okay, don't need to use Crumb and Get It here. I mean, I could have done that to push 4 more damage. I just don't think that was worth it. I need to use that to get past this thing. Okay, down goes Manifold Mouse if I want it to. Or I can use Crumb and Get It to save it. I think I'm actually just going to let this resolve. Because I've got another Manifold Mouse. If I want one. Alright, I guess I'm just going to go for this. Enchant. Now this gives this haste. Actually, I can give it here. That way I can rummage here. So let's do this. Discarding. Gosh, everything is just so good. I think I'm going to discard the Take Out the Trash. I just need to try to find lands here. Let's give this double strike and then attack here. Okay, something's dying. Down goes Manifold Mouse again. Down goes a land drop again. How can I get through here? I play a Raccoon Rallier and I attack with the Scribe, I guess. And then I use Crumb and Get It to save the Scribe, and they get a food, unless they block with Scrap Shooter. I can also play Seaglaive Mentor, give it haste, but it's already got haste. Can I go wide enough here? Let's see what they do first. Okay, so that I don't even have to gift the food if they block like this, so that's nice. And I also get to rummage probably Bravekin Duo. Alright, did get a removal spell. We're just stuck on lands. 17 cards and only 3 lands. I know I'm playing 16, but statistically I should have at least 4 by now. So basically you can pay a life, tap it, and draw a card if you foraged this turn. More or less. Ooh, that's a 6/6. Come on. Ay, ay, ay. I think I just need to continue to try to go as wide as I can, and on some turn, if I draw land in the future, play Agate Assault and Quest Caller or something. They're down to 1 card in hand here. I can't really attack through that. So just try to go wide, I guess. And it's a shame because all my cards are so good, so I don't really want to be looting them away, but every card I discard to a land is just another card I can't cast. If they got Baker's Bane Duo, they can get back with this, which gives them another food, which makes life very difficult for me. Yeah, I was about 2 turns away. And then now I think they're turning it around here. Do I feel like I need to kill this? Because they're going to sacrifice a food, go to 9, tap that, go to 8, draw a card. But I'm trying to figure out to go wide enough past them to the point where I can get around everything here. So I think I need to do this, which feels horrible. Because they're still going to draw a card and kill the 1/1. I mean, I guess I can just give that Valiant here. Let's go ahead and actually discard this, see if I can find a land. The answer is no. I'm literally halfway through my deck and I found 3 of my 16 lands here. Like... oh, Magic can be so frustrating sometimes. This game is such an easy win if I had even just 4 lands. There's another one. Alright, I will sack this, and then I will lose 3 life. And I don't think I can go wide enough past them now at this point. I mean... I've been sitting here casting 2 drops all game. He did it! We did it! Probably too little too late. Let's go here. Makes it a 5-4, a 6-5, and a 7-6. How about that? See if they trade it with the Swarm. Okay. That's alright. Got the 6-6 off the battlefield. Miss. I need you to miss at least 1 or 2 turns in a row here. They did not in fact miss. In fact, they got another food, which gains them 3 life and draws them a card. So, good for you. Now they missed. Alright, here come all the lands. The quest caller can give me scries when other creatures enter here. It also pumps some of my board. And then the rabbit can come in next turn and give me good attacks. I could also play the rabbit now, but... do I want to play the rabbit right now? I can and pump this one. And then I could even give the rabbit haste. That's pretty good. Yeah, let's do that. So I will pump this one. I get to scry, that's probably good. And then I get to give this haste. And then attack with all three. Now they can kill two of these. They can kill all three of these at the expense of their entire board here. I think this take out the trash is probably going to have to kill this overseer here. I just can't let them get more gas to try to draw out of this. Okay, they will do... oh, I see. That makes sense. Okay, go to 7. Now I can kill the Wix Patrol. Let's see what they drew. Probably wasn't a land. They're looking at it and reading it. It was a kill spell. Perfect. Alright, top deck war. Alright, land and I win. There we go. Alright, that was a tough one. The deck is so good that we fought through 3 lands in our top 20 cards. But geez, should have been a lot easier than that. Alright, starting on the draw with a hand I do not believe I can keep. I'm going to send it back and get the exact opposite. Yeah, that... usually whenever I mulligan like that, that's what happens. I'm like, all white and all red, and then I go all red with all white. At least I found the planes off the top this time, but this card is really good too. And they have take out the trash more than likely. So, I mean, I can't do anything except just play this. So let's just have them kill it here. Plume Creed Escort. So they're going to go aggressive. They're using that to push damage and not to save a creature. What else can I do now? I can play another Rallier, try to get more creatures on the battlefield. Next turn I can Rabbit, pump both of them, and attack. I could remove something. So this doesn't do anything right now. Let's just get creatures down. Okay, here comes a removal spell. Nope, draw spell. Okay. I do have to take another 5 damage right now. Yeah, I'm going to take the 5. It's risky, but... I do want to attack with this deck as well. So let's do this one. And this one. And then attack with both. Next turn, this gets a counter on a creature here. They can pay 4 mana to return that, but that probably doesn't seem like the best use of their mana currently. Alright, here comes a spell. Oh, what a use of a spell. 1 mana, 2 mana, kill your creature, draw a card. Pretty good. And another spell. What else you got? Alright, takes 5 now. 6. 1, 6, 7 more. Go to 2. Alright, I think I'm about toast. I'm at 1 right now, so I can't attack. And removal kills me, I guess. Yeah, blue-red is the worst performing deck by a lot, but not currently. They got off to a nice start, and I was on the draw. I mulliganed, and that'll do it. Go to 1, play a spell, and kill me. All right, that was a quick one. Alright, starting on the draw for what I believe is the 5th game in a row with our aggressive deck, with another hand that doesn't have both colors of mana. Arena does everything it can to kick you while you're down, you know? Now, if I draw a mountain in the next 2, the hand is great. And if I mulligan, I probably... There we go. I've gotten lucky. I've gotten lucky the last 2 games about drawing the 2nd color of mana. So at least there's that. Let's do this guy. Alright, so we're going to have to outrace a life gain deck that's probably going to have a ton of flyers, which is going to be tough. Because they're going to be gaining a bunch of life and attacking me at the same time. Yeah, the best thing I think I can do is this. So let's give... I mean, I always want to cast this for 4, but I have a couple of good 4 plays here. I can offspring both of these things. And now the rabbit can block the assassin as well. Never mind. Alright, let's go offspring here. There's no real sense in giving that haste, because I can give it double strike, but it still attacks for the same amount that the Rallier does here. So let's just do this. I need some ways to pump my creature's power, because right now the mouse isn't doing a whole lot. So if I draw one of my 1-mana combat tricks, that'd be pretty good. Yeah, I'll block. I mean, if they've got a combat trick, they've got one. I just think they were trying to get the trigger off of that. Tree mascot, sure. See, they're gaining life a bunch while I sit here and... Ooh, I did draw one of my 1-mana combat combat tricks. So let's do this again. So So I'll enchant this guy, and that can't block. Target here. Target here. Target. I get everything double strike, I guess. So let's do double strike, double strike, double strike, double strike. Well, that was nice. Banishing Light, probably getting rid of this mouse. There it goes. And they probably can't attack very much anymore, knowing I have double strike on everything. No? Okay. Sure. Let's go to combat, give that one double strike and trample. And then give this one double strike. Let's go double strike, trample, attack with... What if I attack with everything and they just ate one of these? They take 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So that's lethal. So what if they just blocked this? They would take 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's also lethal. So I can attack with everything here. And I think they just have to chump the mentor. I think that's their only way to actually survive. All right, go to 1. And hopefully no board wipe. Okay, that's 2-3. Gain them a life. Nothing else, and a land. Sure. Go here. Go here. Go here. Alright, they gotta have removal for this, I would think. Okay, so there goes that thing. Couldn't do anything about it. Oh, okay, so they block, 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 and take this. Nothing gains any life, so it still works. Alright. And there we go. Alright, double manifold mouse. Pretty darn good. Alright, we start on the draw for, I think, the 6th time now. But we do have both colors of mana, so I'll keep this one. And now we've got 4. So we've got a perfect 2, 3, 4, 5 curve here with mouse, rabbit, rabbit, provisioner. So I think I just have... I mean, I have to play this out here, and now it'll just die. But, I mean, it is what it is. Which makes my rabbit turn 3 play a lot worse. I mean, I guess I could have played around a removal spell there, but it doesn't seem super smart. Yeah, I mean, I gotta get a creature down. I can't just not do anything. And I have more removal. Feels like when I play mono red in the standard queue to do my daily quests, and then I play a creature, and then they cut down, and then go for the throat, and then cut down, and then, yeah, it just, and then I just concede. And then play Shieldred, and then I concede after that too. They do still have a combat trick or something for a single red here. It can't be this activation, because that's got Summoning Sickness. So let's see what it is. Okay, take 5. And now I need some non-lands. We have 7 lands in our top 11, whereas last 2 games ago we had 3 lands in our top 20. Ooh, that can't be good for me. Okay, that just like pushes some damage here. So let's do this. And yeah, let's just go over here. It pushes more damage. Okay, they go to 8. So what happens now? Oh, it deals 2 damage up to a creature. Oh no. I thought it was my face. Alright, so they might wipe my whole board this turn now? Okay, so they kill the Intrepid Rabbit. Can they cast 2 more spells here? Thank goodness I put the counter on the 3/2 and not the 1/1, because for some reason in my mind this defaulted to my face. Oh my goodness, yeah, everything's just dying here now. Do they have another? Can they just wipe my whole board with Season of the Bold? Oh, that tells me they've got something else here. No? Alright. Well, we survived with a creature. Hope they don't have the bounce spell here. Okay, they don't. They're just jumping. Light Shell Duo, that blocks relatively well. If I can draw a way to trigger Valiant here, I could attack with both. Manifold Mouse would be great. That would be an insane draw. Then I could trigger both Valiants and Rummage, because I do still have one other one. Oof. It's close. I mean, I technically have lethal right now, but if I attack and they kill this, they block that, I do still win. So they have to have 2 removal spells in hand, and I know based off of last turn they don't have the 1 mana bounce spell unless they just top decked it. All right, well, let's see what they got. Oh. Comes in tapped. Well, not great. Not great for me. Now I can throw this away to push 2 damage. I just don't think that's worth it. Alright. Can we top deck our way out of this before they draw too much more removal and prowess creatures? They have 2 of those now. So they can finish it off, or was that just like a cycle? Otterball Antics. Okay, that's a creature. Do it again. Now they have 4 creatures. Alright, alright. Give me a non-land. Give me something. is not, in fact, a non-land. Well, 3 in a row when they're just kind of dumping more creatures on the board is going to be tough here. Yeah, I think we might just lose this turn. That's frustrating. We had him down to technically lethal, and then the crab turned it around, and then we drew nothing but lands from there. We are still 4 cards fewer than the point in the game a few games ago when we only had 3 lands, and now we have 9. Magic is just... Magic is something else sometimes. Yeah, I don't think we can push through at this point. Too many creatures now. Let's finish it with 1 more land. Close enough. Alright. Deck is good enough for a trophy. We just gotta kind of top deck our way out of a couple of situations. Hey, we finally get to go first. And don't have white in our opening hand. Today's just one of those days, you know? It's just one of those days where things just don't seem to be going your way. And then you top deck another mountain. Yeah, let's go here. The plains would be great. That way next turn we can go Rallier and Bravekin duo. And then the next turn we can Offspring the Manifold Mouse. Plains, hey. As bad as it is going, I will say that we are top decking well early in the game. So I can't complain about that. There that goes. Now we're out of gas already. Now we've got nothing left in the hand. Ooh, now I just... There we go. Now I can use this as well. So let's do another Manifold Mouse. This draft has been kind of wild. Let's go here. And then I'll give that double strike and trample, and then that double strike and trample. So double strike, trample, double strike, trample. Attack with both. I just need some ways to pump the power of my creatures. Or more lands. Let's go here. Oops, wrong one. Why did they flip on me like that? Dude, double strike, trample, and quadruple strike. I have nothing in my hand, so sure, attack. No plays. Don't like to see that. Alright, that's a way to rummage. I'm probably not going to attack because they've got 6 mana up. I'm just going to try to rummage here. Intrepid Rabbit. I'm going to save that for next turn here. Eddie Merc Crab? Yeah, okay. They do have the crab. that makes life tough. How do I get through a 5/5? Well, I can Bravekin Duo and Intrepid Rabbit on the Scribe here and hopefully be able to attack for a good bit, but they could... No, never mind. I can't do anything. I can give it a double strike. Perfect. Well, I can't... No, let's do this. Valley Quest Caller. Don't mind if I do. Give it here. Give it here. Give it here. Double strike, trample. I mean, I guess I can trade this for the Eddie Merc Crab here. I get to push 3 damage as I do it. I know I lose my access to rummaging, but they've got a lot of things they have to deal with. Okay, so 5 mana draw card. That's a pretty good spot if that's where they are. Okay, that's usually a lot better on... I was going to say on defense, but they can attack with it and then make my Quest Caller not be able to have any abilities. So I suppose that means I need to just go ahead and kill it. Yeah, and then we give double strike and trample around. All right. That was a nice little balance of spells and creatures there, so I will take that. All right, on the draw again. Back to the draw. But we have at least a plains and a mountain. So we shall keep. And then we play Quest Caller and then they kill it. Pond Prophet. I do like that one. Okay, how do I do this? So this turn, if I play Quest Caller, next turn I can play Scribe. I can't also play War Squeak. So this turn I play Scribe, next turn I play War Squeak and Quest Caller. I think that's the plan. Just so they don't kill this immediately. Patchwork Banner naming frogs. Let's do it. Love the combo. 1 mana. Vigilance, draw 2 cards. It's pretty good. So let's do this, and then enchant this creature. That can't block. Alright, the race is on. Can they kill or bounce the Quest Caller here? They have 5 mana. Alright, so they're planning on bouncing this, is what this tells me. Or blinking it or whatever. Do they have another splash portal? No. But they can still replay it, so that's a 4/4. Maybe they're debating if they want to do that or if they'd rather kill one of my creatures here. They should probably kill the Quest Caller if they've got the ability to. Yeah, there it is. Yep, that works. That works. Alright, Mr. Rabbit, come on down. And I do not think I actually want to discard a card here. 6 mana now. They're at too high of a life total for my liking. 5 cards in hand, a 4/4 and a 2/2. Putting counters on things. Okay. Makes life tough. Let's do Rabbit. Go here. Decline. And I guess here again. Okay. Down to 6. But still, we're like so close. This does have haste, so that's nice. Oh, that's a stun counter. Oh, that's 2 stun counters. No. Alright. I think they might be going wider than we can make it. Gosh. I think they're going to play too many creatures and we're not going to be able to get through. You can play Seedglade Mentor and the Rabbit, put it on that. It attacks as a 5/4, but then they just trade. I can kick the Rabbit, but I can't attack if I do that. I can play the Mentor and then kick the Rabbit next turn, and then trigger here, trigger here. I think that's best. I just have to hope they don't play too many more bodies. Like, yeah, I was about to say, if they just put counters on their creatures, I'm probably okay with that. But, yeah, just more cheap bodies like this is what I can't have, and that's what they've got. So, I think they're going to get us here. Because now we might just be dead in, like, 2 turns here. Agate Assault. Oh, man. I could exile the Patchwork Banner. Is that better or worse than just killing a 4/4 here? I think I need to get rid of their creatures, more importantly. So let's do that. Oh man, I hate doing this, but I think I need to attack while I can here. Trade it off for one of their 5/5s. Just continue to whittle down their board as much as I can. I hate doing this. Oh, they have something? No? Okay, so it dies. Another creature? Yeah. 2 creatures. 2 stun counters. Yep. Gosh, this deck was so close. What did we go, 4-3, maybe 5-3 today? It was just so close, but they get to like 6 and then they just stabilize. So I'm sure they have a way to kill us here now and do some sort of extra damage. This is 6 plus 8 is 14. Any double strike or anything? All right. Let them kill us. Yeah, there's more lands. Don't have anything. All right. Playing 16 lands, got flooded at least twice that completely lost the game, and then screwed once, but actually did draw out of that. So today was a day where we had a trophy deck that just kind of ran into a couple of buzzsaw draws, which were just really frustrating. It's really frustrating when you have decks like this good. I mean, even 5-3 with as bad as we ran, like we could have ran so much better than that. Playing 16 lands just drew all of the lands near the end there, and they just drew enough creatures to get around us. So I'll take the 5-3. It is what it is. Red white, still a good deck. Hopefully you learned something from today's video as well. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you next time for your daily draft.